And welcome back to the Love Talk Show. And today we are asking people whether it's possible to love with the head.
Indeed.
Right? I mean, we're not asking people, but the question is in the air, right? Is it possible to love with the head?
Should you love with your head?
Should you love with your head? Is it doable, right?
Yes, but before we wrap everything up,
We conclude.
yes, we're going to go to my segment where we discuss something just to women. It's time for Just Between Us. If your feelings are still what they were last April, tell me so at once. My affections and wishes have not changed, but one word from you will silence me forever. If, however, your feelings have changed, I'll have to tell you. You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you. Very nice, isn't it? It's actually a quote from one of my favorite books. But here's what I want to tell you today, just between us. Many women, even if they don't do it consciously, many women desire to have a man in their lives like Mr. Darcy. Someone who will tell them such words, that will be romantic, that will anticipate their every need, their every wish. The problem is, in real life, men are not like that. You see, the way that movies and books, romantic books, they portray men, it's very unfair, cruel sometimes. Men are supposed to be these beings that live for the woman they love. They're supposed to know the right thing to say all the time, the right thing to do all the time. They're supposed to be 100% selfless. But nobody's like that. Not men, not women. We have our needs, we have our own wishes. But the problem is, many women, because they are so much into romance, so much into books or movies or fiction, that's what they expect for their lives. And it's just not right. And when you are like that, when you admire this fictional man so much, you just set up yourself for failure, for heartache. Just think this way. You are not like that. You are not perfect. When you are in a relationship, you don't anticipate all of your partner's needs. You don't know what to say all the time. You make mistakes. You're human. But you like that person. So you should never, if you want to be happy in your love life, if you want to have a fulfilling, a happy and successful relationship, be it if you're dating, if you're engaged, or if you're already married, then you have to be real. You have to love the real man that you have by your side and not expect him to be like the fictional man you read and you watch about. You see, this, I love reading books, but these authors, they're usually either women or men who write what women want to read, what they like. It's beautiful. If you heard words such as these, beautiful, but not real, not what you should look for, what you should want in a relationship. When you are like that, you become a little bit selfish because you only think of yourself, of your needs, but how about his? You know, my idea of romance has changed throughout the years. When I was younger, I was a little bit like that. And when you are like this, inside the relationship, you suffer because you expect something that doesn't happen in real life. Women, in general, not everybody, but they are set up for romance. So they expect flowers, chocolates, poetry perhaps, which is all nice, but shouldn't be what a relationship is based upon. So if you get romance, if you get beautiful words like that, great. I doubt you will for a long time. But the good news is you're gonna get to have a lasting relationship. And for you to do that, you need to forget these fictional, very romantic characters. It's okay to like it, it's okay to appreciate it, but not in a real relationship. Real relationships have real people with real mistakes, real needs. So you need to look at it in a very real way and not in an emotional way. So just between us, don't expect your partner, your man, to be like Mr. Darcy, for example, and you will be fine.
So concluding today's topic, I think the question we discussed in the previous segment sheds a light on everything that we are talking about. Mm-hmm. Help us support this idea, right? That question backs up everything we're discussing here. How this woman, just to remind that that was an actual question that came through to us. Mm-hmm. Before was a scenario, but this question is real. It is a real question. Someone who's been through that, who's going through that right now. So it shows us clearly that men and women in today's society are more and more inclined to feeling somehow emotional, or to be in a state of emotion most times, rather than reason and common sense in today's society. Music leads people to that. Lyrics in certain music, certain songs, movies, soap operas, books, and the list goes on.
And also the references around them.
Exactly. And people are hard pressed. And there is more than ever this need to feel rather than to think.
And even in this scenario,
for example, sorry to cut you, but for example, in the case of the woman who wrote to us, it feels like that, because we've seen this happen before. It feels like she has the need of having a male figure next to her.
Having someone.
I'm a single mother now. It's hard. I know the way he is. I know what he does. And I know what he did to me, but he's the father of my children. We have history together. So they begin to go through this battle inside of them. And at the end, unfortunately, the feelings or the winds of the heart, of the soul, take over and they win the battle against the mind.
And even in that scenario, what would be the right answer to someone who has been in a relationship for 4 years and got cheated on? Should they forgive? Should they stay with the person? I think it depends on the person, but whatever the decision that is made needs to be done with the head. So any decision, not only in that scenario, when it comes to love, any decision needs to be done with your head. So when you are feeling angry, sad, upset, is not the moment for you to make a big decision. Mm-hmm. So you can't decide whether to stay with someone who cheated on you based on how you feel. Maybe you feel like if you give up on that person, you won't find anyone else like that person. So you stick to that person. And maybe they cheat again, but you just stay with them because that's how you feel. Or you're angry. You didn't even hear the person out. You're angry and that's it, I don't want.
Considering what happened, you lash out, you have an outburst of anger. Some people become even violent. Mm-hmm. You see, it's so simple, because when people have to deal with business, for example, or even in school, when they have to solve a problem, they stop, they stop to think, they ask for time. Can I get back to you tomorrow? Can I get back to you in 5 days' time? Mm-hmm. Or we need to discuss, there's a situation here, let's sit down and discuss what's going on. That's what people do, because they are forced to use their head. Why don't people do the same when it comes to love life? Why don't people do the same when it comes to marriage, to relationships? Why is it that, they tend to drive their lives or their relationship, to drive that relationship, filled with emotions, rather than filled with reasons, with intelligent love? We're not saying that you should eradicate love or emotions and feelings once and for all. Not at all. It is there. We have that between us, but it's subjected to what? To the reason. It's subject to intelligence. It is there. And when it happens in the best way, so that we may preserve our relationship and so that we may also preserve ourselves. There must be self-respect and also mutual respect and self-respect. So what is the point of showing mutual respect, mutual love, but you don't love yourself, you don't respect yourself? So when you love intelligently, the emotions, the feelings are there, but they are well controlled, well controlled. If you'd like to know more about it, you just go to our website, right? lovetalkshow.tv. You learn more about it. You learn more about intelligent love. Go to our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of videos there on our YouTube channel. Just search for Love Talk Show, and you're gonna find previous shows. In case you missed one of today's segments. In the future, you can always visit our channel. You can like, you can share our Facebook page. We talk about intelligent love all over social media, right? So that people may know what tools to use and may learn how to use these tools so that they can love more intelligently.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. Wherever you see us, our material on YouTube or on our website, we are going to encourage you to always use your head and don't be like most people. They justify their bad decisions, on love. Oh, it's because of love. Or I didn't love him anymore. So we're going to encourage you to not do that, but to use your head, because it's by loving with your head that you're going to get what you are.
That you're going to get love right.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's it. This is it for today then. Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's all for today's Love Talk Show. Be sure to tune in next week to learn more on how to love intelligently.
This program is brought to you by UCKG.